Welcome back to the War on Microbes, a module created by myself, Don A. Kirkwood, Don with two N's. Now, while you were gone, I went ahead and added a description so that when you look into the library, you know exactly what is going on within this module. And when you create that description, make it entertaining, make it something that people would want to use. For example, I like my last line. Then finally, the parasite, the feared vector, the manipulator, a symbiotic relationship with absolutely no benefits. Now that I have created the task, now I have to go down and explore the skills and instructions. What do I want the students to learn? And how am I going to present this material to them? Now, as you remember back, I created it by prototype with just the skills only. Okay? So what I want to show today is how to add a text that's at grade level, that's challenging, and that gives the student an opportunity to dig deep into the meaning or the understanding. So I'm going to be looking at an active reading note-taking mini task. So all I got to do is click here. I'll go into my mini task. I'm looking for note-taking, and I'm going to add a mini task. Now, you have three different options. You could look in your library because you might have a whole bunch of mini tasks that worked great last time you taught your module that you could pull from. You could look into the LDC curriculum library, or you could create a new mini task. Well, I'm going to go back to my library and I'm going to pull up SL annotation and I'm going to add it to my module. What SL annotation is a close reading activity. Now, since what I'm going to be doing is different from what I did last time, I'm going to go ahead and add the text that I want the students to read. Now, like I said before, we got to make sure the text is at grade level. So I want to go to student handouts. I'm going to click here. I'm going to add a new item. What I've done is I've already uploaded the file because some reason the site I was pulling off of had some advertisements I just did not want the students to look at. And plus, they're a little distracting. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that file, come over here to my documents, the virus right there. Let's go ahead and let's see. We'll go ahead and add this one. Of course, we got to upload it. Of course, the title is the virus. Handout. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to add this attachment. Now that I have this attachment, the next thing that's really key is that I have to make sure that it's at grade level. So what I've done is I put it into a document, and one way you could check whether or not it's really complex text is looking at its Lexile level. So just to let you know, this is where I got the information from, and I just pretty much copied and paste, put everything into the document. I tried to keep it at 2 pages so I could go back and front. And I want students to really manipulate with this text and mark it up and do some really deep thought and annotation. I even have a great idea how I want to do this. Okay, so once I have that there, what I do is all I gotta do is save it as a text. At first, it's going to save it as a Word document. Just come in here, find the TXT, which is right there, plain text. Save it as that way, and then you would go to this website right here, which is called the Lexile Analyzer. You browse, you find your text that's in text format, put that in there, hit submit. It's going to look at it, it's going to figure out what it is, and boom, here we go. Lexile measurement, 1020 L. What does that mean? Well, there is actually a grade level comparison. So I'm looking at a text that's 1020. So in this one, we're looking around, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, pretty much 8th grade on up. You could be using this, and even down in 7th grade. On this comparison, we're looking at 1020. It's still about ninth grade, 8th grade. So text is definitely complex enough. So let's go back to here. So now that I've entered that in there, I do need to return to this, my module, because I gotta make sure the text is actually listed underneath text. Of course, the document's there, but remember up here, we have this section right here called text. So what we want to do is add a text, click here, it's uploaded, choose the file, choose the virus document, start, that will go ahead and upload it, and let's put in the name, the virus, or annotation. All right, and we go ahead and put the Lexile level. So Lexile level is 1020. I always want to do that just so that, you know, there's no question. Of course, there's other ways to determine text complexity, but this one seems really universal. If I say the Lexile level is 1020 and that's 8th grade, I usually don't get no argument about that. They agree. They say, well, that's complex enough, at least through the jurying process. Of course, there's several other ways to determine that level, but I found it really useful just to, it's just a quick check. Just go into the analyzer, put it into a text document, change it to plain text. They'll ask you a question, why are you analyzing it? You just put it in there, well, I just want to know if the text level is complex enough for my 8th graders. That's all I did. So there we go. We have our first text. And we're going ahead and leave this segment right now. Our next one, I'm going to actually go into the annotation and talk a little bit about how to do this type of close read. Thank you very much and stay tuned.